Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about a new program that we're putting together. One of the things that I've noticed of late over the last couple of years is that one of the fastest growing parts of our company has been teams. And the agents that they're bringing on, some of them are experienced, some of them not so experienced, but I found that they actually are able to uh, get better traction within the industry whenever they have a mentor there. And so, you guys don't know this, but we actually recruit pretty broadly. I mean, we advertise on Google. Some of you may have even seen some of our advertisements, but a good chunk of our agents that sign up are generally new. And some of them, well, within that group, we have a pretty high attrition rate within the first 3 to 6 months. People that they get in wanting to do, whether it's locating or residential sales or whatever it is that they're, really trying to get into it. But because our program is more designed for, independent agents, we provide tools and we provide training, video training, but a lot of people need more hands-on support, um, where someone that they can feel that connected to within a group. And so that's why we've come up with this new program, and I'm really hoping that this will help out some of those newer agents that just aren't getting any purchase within the industry. And at the same time, we've got a number of very successful agents at our company. I mean, we've got, gosh, I lost count at this point of agents that are making well into the six figures and doing quite well for themselves. And now I'm not saying that team building's for all of them, but they may be interested in, what is the next step? What's the next progression within my real estate career? And, the I would always say, for especially those who have entrepreneurial minds, is you always want to be pushing yourself to move forward, to grow, to expand your horizons. Always be pushing yourself, testing yourself. How can you improve? And the next step of after being a successful agent, if you're wanting to continue, is to start growing a team. Well, this program, we're happy to link you guys up at this point. We've got, you know, probably anywhere from 2 to 7 or 8 brand new agents every single month. And some of these, I would say brand new, but I use that in a very loose term. Maybe they've been in real estate, but they just haven't found a place that works yet where they're able to do well. Or maybe they've done it and they've done it with minor successes, but they just haven't been taught, you know, how to do things well. And so I really want to, link you guys up, help you guys find each other within Spirit Real Estate. We will still provide all this support and give you guys the opportunity to be able to grow teams, grow together, and help lift each other up. And so that's the premise behind this mentorship program. I was really conflicted about what I should call this because, um, really, like, mentorship to me sounds like, more work. Well, yes, more work, but with the way that we have this structured, there's a chance of more reward as well. Because if you can get agents that you train up, that you show, and y'all build loyalty together, you can build a team and you can start being, compensated quite well. We have some team leaders that do very well for themselves. So, um, I'll go ahead and get started, but I just wanted to give you guys kind of an idea behind the program. Um, all right. So first, the requirements. We do have an agreement Still kind of working out some of the kinks, but there's going to be an agreement for the mentor. It's going to be very similar to our team leader agreement, but more or less, the mentor, it's a Trek rule that they have to complete the broker responsibility course. This is a CE course that can count towards your renewal, and you can be taken online. I have to take mine every couple of years, and I do it through Champions online school, and it takes me maybe hour and a half to complete it each time. And so it's not a complicated course. It teaches you guys what my responsibility is. But the reason why Trek mandates it over agents who are going to be leading a group or a team is because you guys need to be aware of what responsibilities are placed on those who are in leadership roles within the industry. And so that would be a requirement in order for you to become a mentor. Um, Mentors will provide leads or train and provide marketing to get leads. So one or the other. That's the biggest hurdle for any brand new agent is how to get leads. Most, you know, apartment locating companies will either teach you how or they'll provide you leads. And that's what I want these teams to be able to do. Either you're already capable and willing and able to teach someone else how to do what you're doing, or you have leads and you need help working them, closing them, that kind of stuff. And so either of those is fine. You could even do both. There's a lot of flexibility within that, but at the end of the day, we want these newer agents to figure out where these leads are going to be coming from so that they can have work. Um, Mentors will coach agents to be successful to accelerate their career. You as a mentor will already have figured it out. You know the secret sauce, so to speak. And so it'll be your responsibility to teach these agents what you're doing. What's your process that works for you, and all the in and outs, the day to days, what works, what doesn't work, the pitfalls, the mistakes that you've learned along the way, that kind of stuff to help them accelerate their career. Okay. And then mentors also, you need to be available to your agents for questions and guidance uh, within a timely manner. I mean, I'm not saying you have to be available 24/7. Set business hours, say, hey, these are the times that you can contact me. And the agents need to adhere to a reasonable timeline of when they can contact their supervisor. And then that supervisor, you just need to respond within 24 hours. That's what I strive to do. I'm not perfect at it, but I really do try to do that. And I have that expectation over any leader within this group as well. And so at the same time, I put in here with regards to non-broker related questions. So if someone's asking you a question that's more my speed, me personally as the broker, direct them to me. Don't feel bad about it. Don't have any qualms about sending them to me. Don't feel like you're wasting my time or anything like that. If they have a broker related question, or if there's anything that you feel like you're not capable to answer, then redirect them to me or someone here at the office. If it's a question about invoicing, collections, that kind of stuff, Carla, she's the queen of collections. So she's the one you want to direct them to. And that those, we have staff here to help cover those types of questions. This is more for, how to work a lead, how to generate a lead. These, the main parts of locating and sales and that stuff, that sort. So the requirements that are on an agent, we do have an agent mentorship agreement. You'll be joining a team for a minimum of 6 months. This is one, it's that 6 months is a minimum. You can stay as long as you want if you want to. There's no, requirements on a maximum term or anything like that. The reason why we put a minimum though is so that the mentor is properly compensated for the time that they put in. The time that a mentor puts in is going to be pretty high at first. Within the first month, I'd say 80 to 90% of the time that you spend with that agent will be done within the first month. And then it's more just touching base on a weekly, quick call kind of stuff. Once an agent knows what they need to be doing, then it's more just status check kind of thing afterwards. But that initial time that mentor's putting in, they should fairly be compensated for that time. And that's why the 6 month term. So any deals that close or go to lease confirmed or anything that goes under contract within that 6 month period, the mentor will be paid 30% of the deal on any self-generated lead. Now, if the mentor is creating the lead, if they're the ones who dole the lead to the agent, they can set whatever split they want on it. Whatever y'all agree to is perfectly fine with me. If you need some direction, I'm happy to have a more independent phone call on that. But whenever you are generating plenty of leads and you think they have a certain value to them, you can set that value. And just my thing is, within that agent mentorship agreement has the split that will be set for leads provided. So whatever you guys agree to on a split for leads provided, it needs to be adhered to going forward, unless if it's amended. But the main reason why we want to have all these terms agreed to up front is so that the proper expectations are set and there's less disputes later on. Pay a split that is agreed on any leads that are provided by the mentor. So, you guys, like I just said, you guys can just agree on whatever is fair and go from there. The main spirit of this, though, is that agents who are becoming trainees, so to speak, you guys need to work hard and do what the mentor teaches you, because they're taking the time to teach you. So respect that time, respect what they're trying to do to get you there, because they've already figured it out. They know what they're doing. You are in a place where you don't have that information. So being receptive to it, being an empty cup and learning, soaking up everything that they can give you. And then once you've learned it all, then you can maybe tweak some things and make it your own. But don't, don't be disrespectful of their time or of the teachings that they're providing you. Okay. So how does it work? Within Spirit, the mentor will be set up as a team leader within the CRM. They'll have to complete that mentorship agreement, which will then make them a team leader. They'll have to create a team name. So it, from the outside looking in, it's going to look like a team, because it's basically what it is, a group of agents working together. So you will need to adhere to whatever Trek rules that are overseeing the team names. Any advertising that you're doing still needs to be applied to the Trek advertising compliance that's out there. We do have a video in the Agent Portal classroom that talks about that stuff, but I'll oversee anything that you guys are going to be putting out there so that we can make sure everything is still compliant. Each team leader will be then given access to that agent's dashboard within the CRM, so they can see what you're doing. They need to be able to see the leads that are on your dashboard so that they can know that you're working the process correctly and doing what you're supposed to be doing. This is the only way that you can guarantee success, really. If they don't know what you're doing, then they have no way to know how to fix what you're doing wrong if something is going wrong. The mentor will be given access to a distributor function. We have something within the CRM that's called the distributor function. And they have the ability to create leads within there. They can assign those leads to the agents assigned to them. Um, you'll start with no more than 3 agents. Like, I really don't want to overwhelm the mentor with too much. So don't say, I'll take everything you got. That's not what we're doing here. Really, we need to try to manage it within, certain time constraints. If you, especially if the mentor has like a second job that they're doing full time and this is more like a part-time gig, then really you shouldn't take more than 1 or 2 agents, because you'll find out really quick that there's going to be a lot of demand on your time and you won't be able to meet that demand. And so if you have more time, I'm fine starting you out with 3 agents. If you want all three, then we will provide you the basically the resume. So we're going to be creating a form, and I'll talk about that here in a little bit. But mentors don't have to just take whatever I give you. They'll be given some details about the agent, and then they can contact that agent and interview them, and then decide whether or not they're wanting to add them to their team. It's just like a normal team would be, in that the team leader is the one who decides who's going to be on the team. You'll be able to set the split on all transactions, but the first 6 months will be 30% on any self-generated leads. Anything that they enter into the system, it will automatically put 30% on those deals. So, flip side, agent, your information will be shared with the team leader. They can see and manage what is on your dashboard. They're able to see it all. Okay. Some mentors will provide leads that you may have different splits with, and there'll also be leads that you enter yourself, just like a normal lead that you would put into our system. Within, if they assign a lead to you, then it actually shows up on your dashboard as a new lead. You'll be taught how to generate leads and how to provide, or there will be leads that are provided to you that again show up on your dashboard. Sorry, there's a little redundancy there. Okay, so the terms: the agent will be on a team for 6 months. Termination can occur before, if you both agree, or if one of those agents or parties is no longer with the brokerage. If the sponsorship ends, then that agreement is dissolved at that point. After 6 months, the agent can decide to be removed from the team, or they can stay. You guys can renegotiate, or you can keep it at that percentage if they're happy with the way things have been going and they want to stick with what's been working. And I would suspect that that's what's going to happen more often than not. You'll find that your team will start growing that way. If agents decide to stay, then the split can be renegotiated. And at that point, though, the team leader will be responsible for monthly dues, and it will no longer be the trainee's responsibility. And the reason why it's set like that is our team program, as it stands right now, if the team leader wants to collect a split on any self-generated leads, then they have to pay for that agent's sponsorship. It adds stability to the structure, and that's the reason why I do that. And so you would basically, once that agent's no longer a trainee after that 6 month period, you're becoming a full-fledged team member at that point. You're no longer a trainee, and you'll be a team member. And that's when that team leader would be responsible for the 99. And the same deals, the same terms as it relates to the team management they still apply. So the team manager may be allowed to charge an agent a monthly fee to be compensated for their monthly dues that they're covering for you. So it would basically just change it from you paying the agent paying me to the agent paying the team. Um, if the agent leaves the team, the access to the team manager will be removed and the agent will be independent going forward. Any deals that are still pending will be paid out as they were already designed to. So it's not like the split goes away after 6 months. Any transactions that were still waiting on payment will still be paid out according to that original split. And then any deals, any leads that you put into the system after the 6 months will no longer have that 30% split on there anymore. And you can actually, still get leads from that distributor if you want to. If y'all still want to work it out, say the agent wants to leave the team but wants to work the occasional lead from the team manager, that's fine too. There's no rules against sending referrals to other agents within the brokerage. So why teams? Agents who stay with their mentor are going to have marginally better success than an agent who's figured it out and done their own thing. So what I'm saying is whenever you work together, you learn together, you grow together. An agent who's working independently can still have success, can still do really great. But if you are working in a team, you'll find that your success is more stable. And I've seen it for years, long before I even worked at Spirit. Agents that work together in groups do better as a whole because they're learning from each other and they're growing together as the market changes. Um, so there's other things that these teams can do later on if they want to. The team manager, he or she may not stay and do the exact same thing. They may want to offer additional benefits to team members because they're going to want to continue to grow as well. And then I put the Bible verse in here, Ecclesiastes 4:12. Though one may be overpowered, two can defend themselves. A cord of three strands is not quickly broken. Because, I mean, this is a principle that's been around for thousands of years, that people that work together are stronger together. Okay, so how does payout work? We still handle all the invoicing collections, same as normal. Pay stubs actually indicate where the commission is coming from. So any transaction that is a split from a self-generated lead from one of your agents will show up as team agent paid on your pay stub. Any deal that shows up as a lead that you provided, it'll say referral next to it. But every single transaction is broken down on the pay stub. And then agents, the trainees, you guys don't see all of that side of it. You just see the commission that you're ultimately paid, but on the pay stub. But within the CRM, if you go to the invoice info tab and you click the details on the deductions, you're able to see the breakdown of where all the dollars went. Every dollar is accounted for within the CRM. So there's nothing hidden from you. You can see everything and how it was all broken down. Mentors will also have a team income page and a distributor income page. For now, we kind of keep them all separated. They'll have an agent income page for all their own deals, personal deals. There'll be a team income page that'll show all of the transactions that are closed for the agents within their team. And then there's a distributor income page that shows all the transactions that are closed that are leads that are provided to the agents within their team. And that dashboard for the distributor also shows every single lead, its current status, all the details that you would want to know about each lead that you create and provide to agents. So how do we get started? First, I mean, this is a brand new program. We have nobody in this right now. We have teams. We have several teams set up right now. And we have lots of agents who need help. but we don't have any mentors. We don't have anybody signed up for this. So the first thing we need is mentors. We need you guys to just contact me. We'll get the agreements started. We'll get the teams set up, and then we'll start opening, we'll start sending you, recs, basically agents who have signed up through this link here, the agent mentorship link. On this link, I'll even show you. Forgot to change the URL. So on here, name, email, real estate type, what's their experience in real estate, the market area that they're wanting to work, maybe a potential, you know, a message. It's optional, it's not required. If you want to talk a little bit about what you've done, who you've worked with, you can put that here, especially if you don't have like a resume to attach, but the agents can attach a resume and then they'll submit it. It goes to me. And then based on the market area, like if I've got 2 or 3 mentors in Houston, what I will do is I'll basically put it on a rotation. And whenever I get a rec for or a resume for the Houston market, I'll pull up my Houston mentors. I'll send the next mentor that particular agent, and then they decide, yes, I want one. Yes, I'll talk to this one. Yes, I'm going to bring them on, or no, I'm going to pass. I'm busy right now. I can't take on anymore. I'll just move on to the next one. But we will, cycle this through. I don't know. I haven't done this before. So I don't know exactly how it's going to go. I don't know if we're going to have way too many agents and not enough mentors, or way too many mentors and not enough agents. We haven't started this, so we don't know exactly what's going to happen yet. But the initial starting of this, we should be able to make some connections. So, some agents should be able to find mentors, because I've talked to both sides. I know there's agents who are interested in doing this mentorship program, and I also know there are agents who are interested in joining these teams and learning more. So I've got both sides saying yes. It's just a matter of implementing it and getting it out and going, so that we can at least see what happens next. And then I figure over time it'll kind of find its rhythm. And again, mentors, they're not required to accept all applicants. This is a team, this is a business that they're building. And so if they feel like it's not a good fit, then they do not have to select that particular agent. So that's it. I mean, it's pretty simple, straightforward, I think. I've covered a lot of things, but I'm opening it up for questions. I went ahead and jotted down a couple of questions that I thought might come up, and I'll go ahead and address those. Can existing teams utilize this program to recruit agents? Absolutely. I have no problems with that. As a matter of fact, there's been a few times lately where I'll bring on a new agent and I'll get an email from them or something like that saying, hey, can you add me to so-and-so team? I found them on Instagram and I'm really interested in joining that team. And that's fine. As long as you guys are finding the help that you're wanting, I'm happy. So absolutely, existing teams can utilize this program, and I think you can actually benefit from it as well. Does it cost anything extra? No, there's no additional cost to this thing. It's literally the spirit of this thing is just to help connect agents together, and that's what I'm wanting to do here. There's no additional costs for this that comes to Spirit Real Estate Group. Everything stays exactly as it is. And, according to the team agreements, eventually you guys, whenever y'all start building teams, there's cost savings that come into play. But there's, nothing changes in that regards. All right. Any other questions? Man, I must have been thorough. Okay, Valencia, what do you
Um,
got?
oh, sorry.
Valencia raised her hand. What's up? Do you have a microphone? Are you able to talk? Uh, did someone else have a question?
Yeah,
Until
Brian. Hey, Brian, this is Adam over here. For those of us that are considering the mentor position, I know we contact you directly. Do we need to have like a biography or anything for, potential people to sign up to read and look into?
um, it wouldn't hurt. Absolutely. Put down your experience, what you've been doing. I mean, don't tell them how much money you make or anything, but I mean, it doesn't hurt to say what qualifies you as a mentor because, much the same way, if an agent interviews with a mentor and they feel like it's not a good fit, I'm not going to force any connection that shouldn't be there. So, I think that's a great idea for you guys to do if y'all want to put a little something down about yourself.
Brian, I know we've talked about this before. Do you know when we discussed starting this mentorship program?
It's in effect now.
Oh, okay.
Uh, yeah, I mean, this is the rollout. We're starting. Ready, set, go. So, I've been wanting to start this for some time, but I honestly just haven't had a lot of bandwidth to be able to take on just putting the pieces together to be able to give it to you guys in a digestible way. The ideas are just out bouncing around in my head, but I haven't been able to really put it together, and I haven't even got all the agreements completed. So the mentorship agreement is going to be pretty close to the team manager agreement and may even be like an addendum to the team manager agreement. So I'll have to, really sit down and figure that out. But before we start anything like that, I definitely need to have that completed. So that'll be finished within the next week, easy.
So I'm able to, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Sorry, guys. So question, up until the time that you find a mentor, anything that you close or get a confirmation back prior to that time, that's going to be under the independent, right? You won't have to do um, give the 30% off of.
That's correct. So the system recognizes it that it was prior to the team. Okay. So, like any lead, and I would say this before you join any team, if you have existing leads that you may have not entered into the CRM, you need to get
Mhm.
them entered in because once you're a part of the team and that split is assigned to you, then any leads entered after that point will have that split on it. So just make sure that any leads that are maybe on your smart account but not in the CRM or something, you want to get them put into the CRM before that because yeah, it'll add that split to it.
Oh, okay. Okay. Got you. Yeah, I think that was my question. Okay, thank you.
Yep. Yeah, so within our CRM, it doesn't like backdate data. It doesn't work like that. It only applies to, you know, changes made to the system after it's that start date has been established. Um, any other questions?
Um, yes, just one, and I think I know the answer. It's regarding the commission. It's going to be 30% is just going to go to us, and it's going to be the flat 25 that goes to you, correct?
Yes. So that's a great question. I'm glad you asked it. Our system, the way that it does the $25 transaction fee is it is a pre-split transaction fee, meaning if you're say the commission's $1,025, it takes that $25 off and then it applies the split 70-30, 70 to the agent, 30 to the team lead. And so that's the easiest way to say it. Now, because it is a pre-split deal, mathematically, it's the exact same as y'all splitting the transaction fee according to the same split. So technically, the team leader's paying, I don't know, $7.50 of that $25, and then the agent's paying the other 17.75, something like that. That was quick math. I'm not that good at that. So that's basically how it works. Any split that occurs before, any transaction fee that occurs before the split will be split the same as the split itself. Now, if there's a rebate, if the agent offers a rebate, the rebate is actually deducted from, I think it's before also. I'll have to get back and double check that. I used to know this, but it's been a while since someone's asked. Yeah, I tell you what, I have to get back on that one. I'm pretty sure it's pre-split also, to where if they're offering $100 rebate, then the team leader is paying 30% of that and the agent's paying 70% of that. I think that's also pre-split. I'll have to figure that one out. Let me double check
Okay.
that.
Regarding that, do you think that we could put like, say like, okay, yes, offer a rebate. It's a great way to, secure the lease and all that stuff, but put like a limit on it, because we don't want to like be giving all of our commissions away as well. Say like the max
Absolutely.
is like 200.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I would even encourage it. I'll tell you guys that, most commission rebates that I see are well below 200. Most of them, I'd say if you were to do like a dot plot map and see what's the most frequent, it's probably actually less than even $100 for rebates. So you guys don't have to give away the farm. People are pretty happy with the $50 gift card or a $75 gift card, something like that. But yeah, I mean, you guys as team managers can totally set that split. Just again, anything that relates to money needs to be in writing and agreed to at the beginning. So that way it's clear and proper expectations are set. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure the compensation agreement that I have has the rebate in it.
Okay. Otherwise, would you recommend just kind of like drafting up something and having a signature on it?
Yeah. I
Regarding
mean,
that. Okay.
we can modify the existing agreement as well. Like I'll send it to you guys in Word format, and then you can use it and modify it how you want. I'm not an attorney, so I can't say that these are like legal documents, but you guys can certainly use them to make your, terms clear.
Sounds good. I think that was it for me.
Okay. Jeanette had asked, if you already have a team, can you do this? And yes, it is available to existing teams. You can use this to even recruit if you want to. Any other questions?
I have a quick one. So if we are two people leading a team together and we want to use this program for a new agent, do we just determine between us two team leads how we want to like divide this? Like if one of us is the actual mentor, then like we just kind of figure it out between the two of us?
Absolutely. You guys, like I am not I'm not a big like hands-on type broker. I give you guys kind of the gist and you guys make it what you want. So there's not going to be a lot of rules on this. The probably, I think the only, I mean, one, everything needs to adhere to track. Two, I do set a limitation on the number of agents, new agents you could bring on, because honestly, it's more for your own good. If you tell me like, we could totally take on more, we got plenty of time, we're good, then I'll let you have more agents. That's not a problem. I think as a good rule though, you should only bring, initially a few agents, but afterwards maybe only one agent a month until you find the right number that works. Jesus, he had 12 disciples, and I use that as a general rule whenever people ask me, like, hey, what's a good size group or team? Well, Jesus said 12 was perfect. So I think 12 is a great number to strive for. So, if you wanted to if you got to that point and you feel like you could do more, knock yourself out. If you got to 6 and said, this is way too much, I can't do any more than this, that's fine too. So, you guys have the autonomy to figure out what works best.
Okay, and they'll sign a different compensation agreement for the first 6 months, and then after those 6 months, we will discuss whether they sign like a different compensation agreement and stay on the team or whatever.
Yes, like you guys already have a team agreement. They could just sign that agreement and you guys would agree to terminate the existing agreement.
Is there any limitations of what they can call the team?
Track says all names here. I'll tell you right now. Okay, these are the rules that you need to understand starting a team or a group or something like that. One, you can't call yourself anything other than delegated supervisor. Once you guys become a delegated, like you complete the broker responsibility course, I can put it within track that you're a delegated supervisor. You actually get points towards your broker's license if you want to do this. But once you do this, you can't put like founder, CEO, president, anything like that on your, Insta page that is for your team or group. So be careful there. Two, the name, it can't imply the team is offering brokerage services independent of us. And so it can't say brokerage or company or associates or corporation, anything like that within the group or team name. It doesn't work. What you can do is you can have your name in it if you want. If you want to do the Tommy group, that's okay. If you want to use some other name like Worldwide Enterprises Team, that's fine. But all team and group names must end with team or group, the word team or group, in order for it to be valid with Trek. So the name, whatever it may be, and then add team or group at the end of it. Now, if you have like a website or a social media page or something for this group or team, you don't have to include it in the domain, or even the site title doesn't necessarily have to have it. But, you do want to reference the group or team name on there somewhere and put powered by or brokered by Spirit Real Estate Group, because that is a Trek rule. The brokerage name must be present on all advertisements, at least half the size of the largest contact. So that's referring to like a phone number or email. If it's like size 20 font, then 10 font would be the size of the broker name. So just reference the full name along with the brokerage name, and then you're compliant. Any other questions? All right. I'll take that as a no.